Welcome to Bollywood Life. I'm Anusha Iyengar. We have Ragini Khanna with us today. You've seen her beautiful smile on TV and she's looking gorgeous today. I really love what you're wearing.
Thank you, Anusha. You're looking lovely too.
Thank you so much. And so we're going to see you on screen after a really long time. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And you're coming up with a film after doing a
Television.
few TV shows. Yeah. So why this sudden jump? Like mostly people wait for a few more TV shows and then they jump to.
Honestly, it might not come across as that I've done a lot of television, but trust me, I've done 3 parts. Like I've done 3 shows as an actor.
Right.
And I've probably done some 8 shows in terms of non-fiction. So in the 6th year of my TV career span, I was extremely exhausted because I was working like 22 hours minimum a day. And by when my last show had its end and it got over, I was like, I really need to sleep, dude. I really need to live a life. I was 21 wearing saris and those million extensions in my hair. And I was like, I have not really lived my life. So I went into a zone of like, I want to enjoy I just felt so entitled to enjoy my life. And I was like, fine, if I'm feeling so entitled towards it, then I might as well give it to me. Because then I don't want to be a regretful 40-year-old that I've, just spent all my time. But that phase for me lasted only for 3 months and I picked up work again. But what happened was that I picked up a Punjabi film which was produced by Mr. Akshay Kumar and it was opposite Kippy Garewal. So I decided to wait till it released. In the process, it took a year, 8 months. Right. In that space, in that waiting period, I did one more film which was called Ghoom Ketu opposite Nawazji. So while waiting for that to release, then I got Gurgaon. So while I was waiting and I was getting all these films, so I was like, fine, if I'm getting movies, so I much rather, be committed to them and wait for them to release because, it's when your producer is instilling a lot of faith in you and they want someone to invest like at least a minimum of 300 rupees and go to a cinema near you and, watch you as an actor, then I think you kind of owe that film that much respect that you got to, wait for it to release and then make things happen for yourself. So it was just that. I've not been like missing. I have not been MIA. I've been around. I've been working. It's just that the work never got, there was no visibility on screen. But I have been around. I was never gone.
Okay. So why Gurgaon?
In fact, why not Gurgaon? After doing that show on television called Sasral Gainda Phool, I was so, that image of Suhana was, it became so popular, that character. In Ormax it was rated as #1, India's most loved fictional character and all of that. But unfortunately for me as an actor, I only got parts in television which expected me to ape Suhana. So I was like, why would I ape my own self? Then I was looking for other opportunities which explored the actor in me and not just, live up to my image and be the happy girl. I don't mind playing the happy girl. In fact, I don't even think Suhana was the happy girl. Suhana was the most temperamental girl in the world. It's just that she was so temperamental that it was funny. So people associated happiness to Suhana, which in some related proportion became the bubbly girl. But I was never the quintessential conventional bubbly girl. So when I read the script of Gurgaon, I was like, this is exactly what I want to do, because I created a character which became so popular, and then I wanted to, as an artist, destroy that image and create a new one. The only possibility for me to do that was to enroll myself into a project or a film which is very different in its nature. So then Gurgaon was the right thing. In fact, I would only do a film like Gurgaon after doing a part like that, because that's how I want to keep it. I want to surprise myself, and at the same time, if I'm surprising myself enough, then automatically I think it's having some sort of an reaction on my audience.
Obviously. But why not a film with the Khans or with one of those commercial films? Would you ever go for those?
Why not? In fact, Gurgaon is a commercial film. It's a mainstream commercial film. The only difference is that it's not a love story. We are so conditioned to think that love story is mainstream. It's not the truth, right? Like Deadpool is hardcore commercial, right?
Oh yeah.
But it's not a love story. It is a love story, but it is a love story.
It is, yeah.
In a way. But it's not your conventional boy meets girl, get married, live happily ever after sort of a film. So, but Gurgaon is a mainstream film. But it's just that we are conditioned to think in a manner that anything which is noir or crime thriller, it goes in the interesting space. The people tend to tag. It's just, it's just convenient for us to compartmentalize things because it's convenience. It's nothing else. And something I've never really made choices by fitting into the box. I've always whenever I've colored, my crayons have always gone outside the lines. So yes, I would love to work with the Khans. They are extremely popular, looked up to in a fashion of being, they're like godly figures in our country. Yeah. Let's be honest, and their experience is humongous. They have the widest reach. Yeah. I don't understand why would I not want to work with them. Of course, I would want to work with them, but I don't think I have the freedom of choice right now. I have to make the most of what I'm being offered and do my best as an actor.
Okay, so since like you said, Suhana was someone people considered a happy-go-lucky, and she was funny. People found her funny.
She was funny because she was so weird. She was not your soft-spoken, exactly, sweet girl.
But you never thought of venturing into maybe comedy or something? Krishna just launched the drama company recently. So you ever thought of joining the crew and joining the cast?
I have been received those kind of opportunities because people think that I have good comedy timing.
Right.
But for me, I don't think I don't think I have the stand-up comedian in me.
Okay.
I can't be the person who stands in front of a mic and cracks a joke and makes a crowd of 100 people laugh. Okay. For me, humor is very situational. And for me, humor is probably what I did Ghoom Ketu. Ghoom Ketu was a comedy film. So for me, that's humor. For me, anything which is slice of life. Bhaskar Bharati was comedy for me. Yeah. So for me, that's comedy, and that's the kind of parts I would want to associate myself to. So I don't have the stand-up comedian in me. I think that's something Krishna excels in. Yeah. And I should let him be with that because I don't think I should. Not even I should. I don't want to. Okay, this is one thing I don't think because I think I'm incapacitated to do it. It's just that.
So we'll only see you in movies from now, or if you've been offered a really good role on TV?
Ideally, I would only want to attach myself and collaborate with directors who are very superior and who I can learn from. Right. It could be in any medium. It could be in the field of cinema, it could be in the movies or the television space or the theatre space. I never really confined my mentality to the medium. I never restricted myself. If that was the case, I would have never debuted in television. I don't judge mediums. In fact, when I judge something, it speaks more about me than what it speaks about the other thing, right?
That is true. So, yeah. There was another thing that I wanted to ask. So you've been very picky about your roles.
Everybody's asking me this question.
Yeah, because I don't know, because somewhere when as a third person when
maybe it comes across like that. Yeah,
it comes across like you only pick the quality roles, or you only want.
So that's really a good
interested
thing.
Yeah, it is.
Thank you. No, I won't say. I don't use the official terminology of being picky or choosy. I would just say that I take great responsibility in the choices I make as an actor. Okay. Rest everything I do, like hosting or singing or anchoring or whatever, that's just out of pure joy. But when I choose parts as an actor, I get very sensitive about those because I feel that acting is it's a space where you can really impact a lot of minds, and as someone who has a certain sense of reach to an audience, I think you should kind of my only sense of communication with my audience is through my work. Okay. So I think my communication needs to be really correct and a reflection of who I am, and that's exactly how I choose my parts as an actor. Because I am not a very expressive person. I come across as a very expressive person. I guess I feel a lot. My emotional frequencies are extreme. But my best form of communication is through my work.
Okay. So how updated are you with what's new on television? Or
I try to really keep myself really updated, But if I lack somewhere, then please don't hold me against it. I am in like I know what's happening around.
Yeah.
Maybe not like on a very intrinsic level, like not on a very internal level, but maybe a little bit here and there.
Okay.
But I don't gossip.
There's been a lot of noise about this new show on television, Peredar Piyaki. I'm sure you must have heard about it. So recently, Karan Wahi and quite a few other people, they've sort of spoke against the show because it's in the show a 10-year-old gets married to a woman, an 18-year-old who the woman marries the child to protect him, to be his protector. So
to protect him.
Yeah. बहुत खतरा है उसके ऊपर.
Like what?
Because there are people in the family trying to kill the boy because वो खानदान का वारिस है.
Okay.
So yeah, so it's a different concept. Like it's agreed that it's a different concept, but a lot of people are not okay with it, and people have been just bashing it on social media.
Why?
Because of the concept that a young boy.
Because they don't agree with the content of the show.
Yeah.
But see, firstly, I need to know the show. Till that, is it on air?
Yeah.
How many episodes?
I think it went on air last week.
So just like
five episodes. A few episodes.
5 episodes. See, for me to make any sort of a judgment or an opinion about it, I think it's too early. Firstly, because I think I've heard about this whole communication going on, but I don't have an opinion over it. I don't have a judgment over it because I don't know what the show is. I genuinely don't know what the show is, and yes, it is illegal. Child marriage is illegal.
Yeah.
But
no, but they don't legally get married. It's just those ceremonies. जो होता है ना.
Can I just watch the show and then comment on this? Who's the maker, director?
I don't know who the director is, but Tejasvi Prakash is in the show. She's playing the main lead.
Okay, but actor no, but I would want to know who's the writer and the director of the show, because sometimes what happens is the truth is stranger than fiction. So like Balika Vadhu did so well on television.
Yeah.
It was the same thing. Only difference was that there were 2 children getting married, which is equally illegal and equally immoral and wrong.
True.
In the perception or in the truth of it. But it does exist. Okay. So I don't know if the show is a fantasy or if it's the truth or what are they trying to communicate with the show. I would like to watch the show generally now. It's actually created curiosity in my mind. Why are they communicating something like this? Because I'm sure they have something to say. So before I have an opinion on it, I would like to watch the show.
Okay. And I have to ask you this, but because there's a lot of noise going on about nepotism in the industry. And you are obviously a part of the industry, you're related to Govinda. So what is your take on nepotism?
See, at the end of it, audience is extremely intelligent. We are just doing our job, and audience has so many choices in today's times. You got cinema, you got television, you got web, you got entertainment on your phone. It's just like a click away. Like you have WhatsApp, you have Facebook, you have Twitter, you have Instagram, you have so many forms of engaging yourself in a very interactive and a very fun way that only talent survives. And I don't think anyone should suffer the entitlement of being an artist just because you come from the legacy of it, True. So I don't agree to it. But at the end of it, if somebody who's a star child or anybody who's very talented and very hardworking, which we have also seen in the past, then rightfully so. Because eventually, no matter, yes, it is easier. I have seen it around, and yes, it exists also. But at the end of it, if audience rejects you, nobody can do anything for anybody. Nobody can do anything. You have huge stars in the past and definitely in the future who will have absolutely no relatives in the industry, but they will make it so big. Like the biggest stars are not from the families or whatever, they are on their own. And I think you can only create your own journey when you're on your own, because you're making choices which you're completely responsible for, which also shape your personality as an individual.
True.
So in my case, I have always been on my own. I have always made choices on my own. I have failed, I have succeeded, but everything is on my own. And I'm very happy about that, and I am very proud of it. In fact, I never even went for a meeting and said, this is the family I belong to. It makes me look foolish.
Yeah.
you know, because at the end of it, when I'm going to test for the part and I'm going to put my audition on that tape, and when the director is going to view my skill set as an actor, they're not going to see my surname or my legacy. They're going to see how much do I bring to their film. See, nobody's going to invest 40 crores, I hear of budgets of movies or television shows. Nobody's going to invest on you unless and until they really see that return on investment.
True.
But yes, I am all for talent and nothing else. It's only acting. That's it. Nothing else. And I'm completely against it.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
And all the best for your film. If there's
Thank
something
you.
you want to tell the audience.
I generally would firstly like to acknowledge and thank all of you all for the extreme love and affection I have received over the years. And I'm hoping that I never let you all down and be as hardworking and as diligently as I've been working. And please go watch Gurgaon in your nearest cinemas on the 4th of August. Looking forward to see you guys at the movies.